Hi angels, and welcome to my channel. In today's video I want to show you my fall favorites. Now I have a lot of products here in front of me, so if you are interested what my fall favorites are, then please keep watching. I'm going to start with primers, and the first primer I want to show you is this one from MAC. It's a Hyper Real Serumizer, and I love this primer the whole year, but especially in fall, because in fall I like more of a soft matte look, and because of that I use more soft matte foundations, but my skin is dry, so I need a very hydrating primer to make the foundations work for me. And this primer works beautifully with all foundations, especially with soft matte foundations. So this one I love. And I showed you this primer in my spring favorites as well, because this year I have a very dry skin, and because of that I used this one in, no, not my spring favorites, my summer favorites, I'm sorry. And because of that I used this one in spring and summer as well this year. But a primer that's very, very, very beautiful for the colder month is the Chantecaille primer actually. This one is so hydrating. It's called a Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint. In this primer, I'm going to show you how it looks. It comes in a pot, and I actually don't like that it comes in a pot, but the primer itself, it's so beautiful because it hydrates your skin so nicely, and it gives you such a nice base for the foundation. So especially if you have dry skin, you are going to love this primer. Now I like more of a soft matte look in fall, as I said, and because of that I use more soft matte foundations, and there are four I have. I have the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation, the Prada foundation. I just have the refill because at the time I ordered mine, just the refill was available in my shade. I'm in MN40. The Chanel No. 1 foundation and the Guerlain Terracotta foundation. And I like all of them. I think all of them are beautiful. But if I had to choose, I would go with the Chanel foundation. This is my favorite one. Then my second favorite is the Prada one. I love this one. It's so beautiful. My third favorite would be the Hourglass one, and my last favorite is the Terracotta foundation. So all four of them are beautiful. So if you have one of them, you don't need the other ones. These are just the four I have, and I thought you might be interested in which one I like the most. And the one I wear today is actually the Guerlain foundation. I have this one today, and I have the shade 2.5N. In fall I never wear glowy foundations, and on days I don't want to wear a soft matte foundation. I like more of a natural finish on my skin, and on these days I would go with the Chantecaille foundation, the Future Skin foundation. I love this foundation. This is so beautiful. But the only problem I have with this foundation is the colors. I have the shade Camomile, and it's too yellow and a little bit too dark for me. But I love the texture of this foundation a lot, and because of that I always have to use this foundation with this white pigment from HAUS Labs. And this product is unreplaceable for me because actually the Hourglass foundation is too dark for me as well, and I always mix these two as well. Now I have just one tinted moisturizer I want to show you, and this is the Chantecaille one. Now they reformulated this tinted moisturizer, so I don't know how the new one is, but I have the old one and I love this one, and this one I wear the whole year. So if I had to choose one tinted moisturizer, I would always go for the Chantecaille one. Now I want to show you just one concealer, and this one is the one from Westman Atelier, and I love this concealer. I think it's beautiful. If you go for a more soft matte finish in fall like myself, then you need some kind of concealer, because these foundations I showed you are all more of a medium coverage, and if you don't have anything underneath your eyes, your skin is going to look weird and unfinished, and because of that you need some kind of concealer. And this concealer gives you a medium coverage, but it's still hydrating. It's not going to dry out your under eye area. Now I don't need to set this concealer. I have dry skin, but I heard from a couple of girls with more oily skin that they need to set this concealer, otherwise it's going to crease on them. So if you have more of oily skin, then I think you have to set this concealer. Now I want to show you two bronzers and two contour products, and I'm going to start with the contour products because I actually not that big. I'm not that big into contouring, but this year I discovered this new contour and highlighter duo from Dior, this one. and this is such a beautiful contour powder here. And I think fall is the best season for contouring, because in fall contouring looks the most natural, I think. So I think I used this one this summer a lot actually, but I think for fall this is a perfect. I like the highlighter as well, but especially the contour powder is so beautiful. And the other contour product I want to show you is the contour stick from Westman Atelier, if you are more into cream products. This one, and I think this is a perfect contour shade for all of you with light medium skin tone. And this one blends by itself, so if you are very afraid of contouring, then try one of these products. I think you're going to love them. The first bronzer I want to show you is this one from Chanel. It's from the medium rose gold palette, and I love this bronzer. I think it's so beautiful. Now the bronze topper or highlighter is very beautiful as well. I tend to wear them together sometimes, but in fall I love more of a neutral bronzer, especially because I tend to wear more warm eyeshadows, and I like to balance the warmth of the eyeshadows with the bronzer. And because of that, a neutral bronzer is a must-have for me, especially in fall. And this one is such a beautiful shade. Now the other bronzer I want to show you is this one from Benefit, and it's a shade Hula. This is an oldie but goodie. I love this product. I always have this one in my collection, and I finished mine, so I got this one a couple of weeks ago because I love this bronzer and I love to wear it. And I think especially for fall, because it's a neutral bronzer, this is a must-have for me. So, and I think this was one of the first neutral bronzers on the markets, because years ago you just got warm bronzers, and I think this one was the first neutral one. But tell me, what do you think? Now I want to show you 4 blushes, and I'm going to start with the Chanel blushes. Chanel came out with new blushes this year, the cream to powder blushes, and I got 4 shades, and 2 of them I want to show you. And the first one is this one, the Beige Eclatant shade, and this is so beautiful. Now this is not going to show up on you, I think, if you are more of a medium tan skin. This blush is more for girls with light medium skin tones, but it's so beautiful. The color is so pretty. I'm showing you a swatch. So this is how it looks. This is a shade. It's a very neutral, maybe a little bit peach leaning blush, and it has a very natural finish, a natural glow. There's no shimmer, it's just a natural glow, and I think it's so beautiful. I love this blush. The other blush I want to show you from the collection is the, let me see, the Rouge France, this one, and this is more of a peachy red shade. So this is the second blush, and it's so beautiful, isn't it? Now this one is more for days if you are wearing almost no eyeshadow, and maybe just this one, a little bit in the crease and a neutral lip shade, and it's going to look beautiful, because I think orangey shades are looking beautiful in fall, because in fall you have all this orange and yellow colors in nature, and this one reminds me of fall. Now the third blush I want to show you is this one from Valentino, and this is a shade 04 Sweet Rebel. And I think this is such a beautiful shade, especially in fall, because it's a neutral beigey red shade, and this one is so pretty. So let me give you a swatch. Now I made a video about the Valentino blushes. I showed you my whole collection. I have 6 blushes, so if you like to see how this blush looks on the skin, then you can watch the video. So this is the Valentino blush in Sweet Rebel, and this is a very neutral shade as well, so you can wear this blush with almost every eye look you want to, but I think especially if you have a very soft eye look, this one looks beautiful. Now the last blush I want to show you is this one from Dior. It's from the Backstage line, and this one is in the shade Rosewood, and this is so pretty. This is the only blush I wear in fall when I'm not wearing more warm or neutral shade. Then I tend to grab to this blush, and I think this came out last year, and it's so beautiful. I wore it in spring a little bit because I like the color so much. So this is a very pretty blush as well. I'm going to show you a swatch as well. And this one is less pigmented than the other ones, but still very pretty. And as you see, it's, oh, do you see that? I think I have to. So now I think you can see it better. So this is a rosewood shade, a mauvey rosewood shade. It's very beautiful, Very pretty. So these are the blushes I wanted to show you. Now I want to show you just one palette. This palette has everything in it I like in fall. So this is a new Hourglass palette. It's an Evil Eye one. So why I love this palette is because you get the neutral bronzer and you get a neutral blush as well. I think this is perfect, and the highlighter is very pretty as well, and I like the finishing powder. I use this finishing powder a little bit, but these two blushes I don't wear a lot. I think maybe in spring I'm going to wear this one more, but for fall I think this is so beautiful. I have a couple of eyeshadow palettes I want to show you because I think all of these palettes are so beautiful, and I'm going to start with the palette I have on, and this is the most recent one I got, and this is the new MS palette for fall, and this is so beautiful. As I said, this is the one I have on, and I uploaded a video about this palette as well, and this became a favorite right away. It's so pretty because it makes every eye color pop, I think. And this one are the perfect fall shades. I'm going to swatch the shades for you, and you can tell me at the end which eyeshadow palette you like the most. So these are the swatches, and this is a palette, and isn't it beautiful? I think it's so pretty. I think this is a perfect fall palette. Now let me show you the other ones. There are two Chanel quads. I think they are perfect for fall. And the first one is this one. This is in 268. Now I'm not going to pronounce the name of the palette because I don't know how to pronounce it. So, but you see the palette, and I think this is so beautiful. The neutral shade you can wear the whole year, but I think especially because of this red shade, it's very suitable for fall. And this one is more of a neutral red shade. It's not a bright one. And this reminds me always on Carrie from Sex and the City, because she always tend to wear this blushy shades in the crease. And this one, I think it's a blushy shade for fall in the crease. And because of that, I really love this one for fall. I'm going to show you some swatches as well. I think you know this palette and you may have this one, but I said I'm going to show you some swatches. I'm going to swatch it on my hand this time. So these are the colors. And I think this is very beautiful for fall. What do you think? It's so pretty. And I love to combine this palette with the next one I'm going to show you. And this is the shade Blurry Green 318. It's a green one, and is this not the perfect green palette for fall? I think it's so beautiful. It's so pretty. Now let me swatch these greens next to the green from the MS palette, and let's see if they are similar. Now these are the swatches. This is the green from the MS palette, and these are the swatches from the Chanel palette, and the greens are not similar. Maybe this one a little bit, but this one is more neutral. This one has more beige gray in it, and this is a true green, I think. So I'm talking about this shade. This one is a little bit close to the green in the MS palette, but not really. So let me show you the green palette from Charlotte Tilbury as well. This one, and this one is the one I just got, and I didn't wear it yet, but I like green. I like green in fall a lot. So I thought I'm going to test this one out as well, and let me swatch this one next to the Chanel palette. So if you have this one, you may not need the Chanel palette. Let me swatch them. Now these are the both palettes swatched. This one is a Chanel palette, and this one is a Charlotte Tilbury one, and I think they are very different actually. The Chanel palette is much more muted and it's more matte. The Charlotte Tilbury palette has a lot of glitter in it, especially here you see glitter, and in this shade you have a lot of glitter. The Chanel palette is, I think, more elegant. The Charlotte Tilbury one is a little bit more fun. But they both are beautiful, I think. But I don't know how this one looks on the eyes. But I love green eyeshadows, and I love the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow quads. I have a lot of them, and because of that, I got this one as well. So these are the two palettes. Let me show you the two palettes next to each other here. So now one of the most beautiful fall palettes I got this year is this one from Dior. It's in the shade 663 Saint Henri, and this one is from the Plein de Paris collection, I think, and this is so beautiful. The first one I got came broken, so I had to send it back, and this is the second one because I need this palette in my collection. I think it's so beautiful. I made a video with this palette as well, so if you want to see how this one looks on the eyes, then you can watch the video. But this is such a beautiful palette. Now this is a palette swatch, and the color not beautiful. I think they are so pretty. They are just beautiful. Now let me show you the palette right next to the swatches. This is the palette and these are the swatches. And this palette is more for you guys who love more of a soft eye look and more lighter colors. And I think this is beautiful. This one has more shimmer than the other palettes I showed you, but this is a very elegant palette as well, and it's so much fun to wear this palette. I think it's so pretty. Now there are two more palettes I want to show you, and one of them is this one from Tom Ford, and this is in the shade 36 Tiger Eyes. And I think this palette came out 1 or 2 years ago, I'm not sure. But isn't it a pretty palette? Especially these two shades are so beautiful for fall. And this one is a very pretty eyeliner shade. It's very pretty. This is a whole eye look you can create. And this one is for all of you who like more of a muted and natural look, who don't like a lot of shimmers or fun on the eye. This one is perfect, I think. It's so beautiful. Let me show you some swatches as well. This is, I think, one of the best textures in eyeshadows you can get. They're so beautiful. And they blend and swatch so beautifully. These are the shades. Aren't they pretty? I think you can get such a beautiful, sophisticated look with this palette. Very pretty. Now the last palette I want to show you is this one from YSL. And this is in the shade 200. I don't know the name of it, but isn't it beautiful? I think this is one of the most beautiful fall palettes you can get. You have this warm shades on the eyes. It looks so beautiful in fall. But with the eyeshadows from YSL, they have a lot of kickback. So do your eyes before you do your base makeup. Otherwise, you have all the glitter on your face. But they blend so beautifully and they look so pretty on the eyes because the texture of them is very, very thin. So if you have textured eyelids, this one still looks beautiful. I don't always wear the glitter shade. I tend to wear the matte shades more. But on days I want a little bit more fun on my eyes, or when I'm going out, then I do like the glitter shade as well, because this is a very pretty and nice and refined glitter. So this palette is very beautiful as well. And I'm going to show you the swatches of this palette as well. Now these are the swatches, and aren't they pretty? And let me show you the palette next to it as well. This is a palette. If you have this palette, then tell me in the comments what do you think about this palette, because I think the YSL eyeshadows are so beautiful. I just wish they wouldn't have this much fallout, but they look so beautiful on the eyes, and they are so friendly on textured eyelids, and because of that I love them. And I think this color story is so beautiful for fall. Let me know what do you think. Now let's get into the last category I want to show you, and these are the lip products. And I have a couple of lipsticks here I want to show you, and I'm going to start with the Chanel lipsticks, and I'm going to start with the one I have on my lips, and this is from the Rouge Allure line in 206 Illusion. This is the color. Isn't it pretty? I think this is such a beautiful nude shade. Now let me show you a swatch, and I think this is a true nude. This is the swatch, and this one is a perfect lipstick if you like, or on days you have more bold eye looks like myself or what I'm wearing today. And I think this balances out the eye look very beautifully. So this is the first lipstick I want to show you. The second one is in the Rouge Allure line as well, 211 Subtle, and this one is a typical fall lipstick. So beautiful. And this one is like a reddish orangey brown, and this is so pretty. I wouldn't wear this lipstick with a lot of eyeshadow, but when you just wear eyeliner and then this lipstick, it looks so beautiful. This is one of the prettiest fall shades, I think. It's so pretty. And the third lipstick I want to show you is from the Rouge Allure line as well, 196 Et Demi Mode, and this is how it looks. And this is the lipstick swatched, and I think this lipstick looks especially beautiful with the blush, the Rosewood blush from Dior. It's such a pretty shade. If you just wear a little bit of liner or a soft eyeshadow, and the combination of the blush from Dior and this lipstick, it's so beautiful for fall because it's a more soft and muted fall look. It's so pretty. And the last lipstick I want to show you is a typical fall lipstick. It's a nudish brown. I think it's described as a hazelnut nudie brown, and this is how I would describe it as well. It's so beautiful. This is the swatch of the lipstick, And I think this is so beautiful. This is such a pretty fall lipstick. And this one, as well as the first lipstick, both of them are looking very beautiful with smoky eye looks. This one is more of a bolder lip, and this one is more of a muted lip, but both of them are very pretty on the lips when you have more eyeshadow on. And this one is especially beautiful if you have a darker complexion as well. The next lipstick I want to show you is this one from Prada in B107, and this is a brownish nude. This brownie nude colors are perfect for fall, I think. It's so pretty. Let me swatch this one as well. This is the swatch of the lipstick, and this is so pretty as well. These colors are more on days when you wear just a liner and a little bit of blush and these colors, so you don't need to put a lot of effort in your look and you still have a very pretty and elegant fall look. So I think this is so beautiful. I am not sure on the viewfinder, it looks more rosy, but it is maybe a brownie rose shade. It's still very neutral. It's very pretty. And I love this Prada lipsticks. I think these are one of the most comfortable lipsticks. The next lipstick I want to show you is this one from Makeup by Mario in the shade Dumbo. And this one is more of a brownish reddish neutral lipstick. And I like this lipstick blotted with a tissue because then it gets much more pretty on the lips and more natural on the lips. But the texture is very beautiful, and they are very comfortable, this lipsticks from Makeup by Mario. And this one is a shade I would wear with just liner and blush as well. It's so pretty. I love wearing liner and a little of blush and a bolder color in fall. I think it's very pretty, and my husband loves it when I wear more of a stronger color on my lips. And the last lipstick I want to show you is this one from MS, and this is from this year's fall collection, and this is the shade 73 Rouge Napa. And this lipstick is so comfortable on the lips. This is, I think, the most comfortable lipstick you can get. And this is the shade. It looks much darker on the bullet than it's actually on the lips. And you can see this lipstick on my lips with this eye look in my video fall makeup. And I showed this lipstick there. So this is very pretty. I love this lipstick, and it's so comfortable on the lips. So these are the lipsticks. I wanted to show you just one liquid lip, and this is this one by Chanel, and this is called Intense Caramel. I think this is, like the name, perfect for fall. This is the swatch of Intense Caramel. It's so beautiful, and this one you can wear with every eye look you want to as well. This is a very neutral shade, but it's a warm shade, so you have to be into neutral warm shades to like this one. Otherwise go for Tender Beige, but Tender Beige is a shade you can wear the whole year. This one is especially pretty in fall, I think. So these are all the lipsticks. I wear a lot of nude lipsticks in fall as well, because I like more of a bolder eye look in fall, but I'm not going to show you a lot of nudes here. I like to show you more of the colors I would wear if I'm having just liner, because this is a variety you can use to have a fall makeup look with a neutral eyes. And I think these colors are so beautiful, aren't they? I think they are so pretty. Now you saw all my fall favorites. Please tell me in the comments which products do you have and which one do you like the most. And if you liked the video, then please give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more from me, then please consider subscribing. And I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye!